Hi there YouTube, Miss Covered in Paint here with a cool video celebrating Inktober! Yay! I'm sure you guys on the internet have seen a bunch of Inktober around, so I'm just going to skip the formalities of explaining what it is and jump right into talking about it. First off, I'd like to point out that I'm not doing typography for my theme, but the words and lettering in this do have a hint to what my theme is going to be for this year, so yeah, stay tuned to the end for the big reveal. This is going to be my third year doing Inktober, which is pretty exciting. I can't believe it's been 3 years that I started. The first year I did it, I just graduated from SCAD, and so I didn't know what to do with myself because I was just out of school and I needed to make art, and Inktober had become really popular, and I was like, well then, I guess I'll ink something. And it was nice because I was doing a lot of digital work since I was home and didn't have schoolwork giving me, comic page to ink, so it was nice to keep up with it, especially since I had so many inking materials from being a sequential major. I, again, decided to participate in Inktober because I wanted to keep honing my skills and use the materials that I had learned to love. I never inked outside of college or before college. Anything permanent made me really nervous, and I know my hands were shaky and my line quality wasn't as bold, and when I had gone to SCAD, I had learned to sketch in ink, but I hadn't gone dip your nib, dip pen / brush into ink, except for when I was inking pages. So I was familiar with it and had taken classes in it, but I hadn't really had fun with it other than just doing assignments. So this was a way for me to take it to that next level of actually having fun with the materials that I have and with the medium itself. So I liked the challenge also of posting something online every day, since that was another thing I was working on, with building up my online presence once I graduated, and I'm still doing that. So part of Inktober is great because I feel like I get a lot more exposure and new people find me through it, which is fantastic, and I find so many phenomenal great artists. And when it is the days coming up to Inktober, my favorite thing to do is to look at new artists, go back and see what the year past had, and just add artists to my collection of just inspiration, and I just really hype myself up for it by looking at new artists and ink work that's just brilliant, and thinking to myself how can I improve, what do I like, what should I include in my drawings this year that I didn't do last year. I definitely never try and just do the same thing or just kind of resign to one style. I definitely want to improve and become better, so I'm always looking at different styles and different techniques and thinking about how I can apply that to one or two of my pieces, or maybe all of them. Yeah, so overall it's a great community team building event, I guess. That's why I participate. I feel like it's really positive, nobody's really making money off of it, and it's just a bunch of artists coming together. So anyway, yeah, that's why I participate. The other day I was meeting with a bunch of illustrators, and we were talking, and some of them were asking me how I end up finishing my Inktober. So let me clarify that. So most of the time, it's a 31-day challenge, and that's a whole month of drawing every single day. And a lot of people don't really, life happens. You can't control everything. Sometimes people combat that with a buffer, and then some people just are really good at staying on schedule, and they drop everything just to stay on it. And both of those can work in some ways, but not all situations. So for me, there have been a few times where my Inktobers, I've done them really late at night, which I don't like to do. I don't like feeling like I didn't get to do my best. Sometimes I'm really nervous about the subject matter or the pressure of making sure it looks good, and that is really frustrating because wanting it to be perfect can make you not want to finish it or post it. So my tips for you guys on finishing the 31-day challenge and doing Inktober to the fullest is to make a schedule. Think of, if you don't have a consistent schedule every day, like I do, I don't have a consistent schedule. It changes all the time. Just point out, like, think ahead, you know, the day before what you can do, because usually the night before I'll know at least what's going to happen the next day. And I'll either Inktober really early in the morning, like right when I wake up, I'll have breakfast, I'll do some Inktober, move on with my life, or I'll do it at the end of the day at night. And I will sit there and I will make sure it gets done before I go to bed, which is okay, I guess. I don't pull all-nighters though, so I never risk my health in it. If you're risking your health for it, then maybe you should think of a different strategy. Another way too is to do them in bulk. Sometimes, you know, people just get these like bursts of creativity or an ability, so like again, if I fall behind or if I know the next day I'm not going to be able to do one, I'll do 2 the day before. I know some people do blue lines, and I think that's really helpful, and I thought about doing blue lines, but I don't have a printer scanner right now, so it's really just not economical to do that. But if you do have a printer or scanner, digitally drawing and printing really light blue lines is an awesome way. You can see in this video that I did use like blue line, but it was a pencil, and it wasn't, it was when I found it that I bought from college that I didn't like it. So there was a lot left, but I realized it's very heavy and like almost crayon-y waxy, so it comes way too heavy onto the paper and looks too dark, and I'm kind of a more heavy-handed person, so I probably won't use that pencil again, but who knows, I probably will do blue lines. Sometimes I just do a pencil sketch because the color's like less distracting once the black is on. And you'll notice that too about the Inktober logo thing I'm drawing here. Once all the inks are laid down, you really don't see the blue very much. It's still there, you just are contrasted with the dark red. How do I stay interested? I know it's hard for some people to like pick a theme. Some people just want to wing it, and that might be the best for you. But for me, picking a theme definitely makes me want to stay, because I pick a theme that I like, and I already am like really excited about it. So my first year I did fall themed things, and I literally made a list of things I think about during fall, and then I randomized it so that it wasn't just like all of the best ideas at the beginning and all the stupid ideas at the end, or opposite way around. And I randomized it a couple times until I feel like it's a good flow of like super cool ideas and some okay ideas, and that way, like, if I have an okay idea day, I get really excited because the next day I'm gonna have a really cool idea. It also gives me kind of this flexibility to be like, oh, I was gonna do this really cool idea tomorrow, but it's gonna take me a while, so I'm actually gonna switch it. You know, it's not like set in stone once I make a list. And then last year I did characters from my favorite book series, and that one was really fun, and it was like doing fan art, and I enjoy doing fan art, but I don't really have time to do fan art very often, and so Inktober is kind of a nice excuse for me to just enjoy doing fan art of things I like. So continuing with that theme, I have decided that this year's theme is gonna be video games! Yay! Alright, so yeah, I'm hoping that this year's theme will be video games, and I've already listed out the video games I want to do, and I used some of those video games in the Inktober word thing that you see me writing here. You can see I used different letters from different game titles, and they're not exactly the most great together, but I was kind of just got carried away and having fun with my gold ink and my maroon ink. And yeah, that's another way that I'm going to challenge myself this year, is instead of using just black ink, last year I did some gold, I'm going to use gold because it's Chinese, but mostly focusing on red ink. I think it's really cool to see like the color, and this is brick red, so it's a darker, more earthy brown to the red, so it's not so bright, and if I use nib, it's almost like a black. It's really cool. Anyway, I'm really excited to use it and experiment with it. I also got another red because Higgins is really watery, and I wasn't too impressed with it. I got another Dr. Martin's Bombay, like a maroon. And then, yeah, that's much my goal is to do video games. I'll post a list on the day I start Inktober along with this photo of this thing. I probably am posting this video on Inktober. So anyway, yeah, if you check online, like my Instagram or my Tumblr, I'm gonna post the list. My Instagram will be updated daily, and then my Tumblr, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Last year, I really liked posting in bulk, but the problem with that is I don't have a scanner this year, so I can't post nice scans. So I'm gonna figure out how to do that, how to find a scanner without buying one and use it without paying a lot. And I'm gonna update my Tumblr eventually once I get those nice scans. But yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram. My account is Tumble Spice, like tumble, like you fell over, and then spice, like you put in your pumpkin pie. Anyway, yeah, so if you have any questions or comments about Inktober, feel free to leave one in the comments. I hope you guys like Inktober as much as I do. It's really exciting. It's almost like a holiday for artists where we get to just celebrate ink and drawing, and that's fantastic. So I hope you guys celebrate too. Feel free to comment, your guys' pages or YouTube channels or anything to, show your work, because I'd love to check it out. So, yeah, it's exciting. I hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you guys next week. For all of October, I will be posting Inktober videos. So check back in.